because he doesn't want to appear to be what all these lying folks are saying about him that he is. So that's why, Ed, come on, man. Officers, black men, I did not spend a lot of time there, but of course I was in attendance just yesterday, not for the entire march, but when it was at Washington Park. And there's just so many emotions. There were so many different people. What I'm proud to say is that in this region, there are black and white people, and I've been saying this from day one. And that's what I'm talking about. Let's not focus on what's different. Yeah, maybe we don't share the same taste in terms of cuisine. Maybe we don't share the same taste in terms of music. Maybe you don't dance as well as I do. Okay, maybe I'm not into video games. Maybe I'm not into whatever you may be into. But we both know that to keep all of our families safe, we have to fight for justice for other people sometimes. And that's exactly what the mother of Sam Dubose said that she got from this terrible ordeal where she's lost her son. If you don't know, Sam Dubose basically was a black motorist. He was unarmed. He was stopped by Ray Tensing, a University of Cincinnati police officer then, no longer on the force. And basically we saw with the body cam video that Sam Dubose got a little spooked, kind of tried to drive off. And as he did, he was shot in the head by Ray Tensing, who is now claiming that the video is going to prove that basically his life was in danger. What do you expect me to do? Let him drag me to death? And that's exactly, or at least she spoke to many things, but that's one of the points that Sam Dubose's mother made. She's like, listen, I never really paid attention to what was going on. That's what she said. I never really paid attention to what was going on. Stuff that was happening with other peoples. I didn't really pay too much attention to it. She said, I assumed a lot. But when it happens to you, you got a job to do. That's what she said. And the point I've always made, whether we're talking about somebody who's been victimized, or we're talking about homosexuals, or we're talking about Muslims, or we're talking about women, when you're fighting for other people to make sure that they're dealt with equitably and fairly, okay, that helps you. You are helping yourself by helping other people, especially when we're talking about these particular issues, okay? And so now she realizes that. And, just tragic. Can you imagine this is your child, your grown child with children, many children, and this is the way they leave this world? This is the way they leave this world. So that Ray Tensing trial is going to be a real test of how strong the bonds that we've created since the riots, quite honestly, the death of Timothy Thomas 15, 16 years ago. It's going to be a test of those bonds. It's going to be a test of those relationships. It's going to be a test of how much faith. Let's say Ray Tensing walks. Let's say Ray Tensing walks. What does that mean now? What kind of Cincinnati is that now? Are you safe now as a University of Cincinnati, like a student, if you're a black student? How can you say you're safe? Has the University of Cincinnati fired or found some way to get rid of the two officers who appeared to be willing to make up a story and go along with whatever Ray Tensing was willing to say after he killed this unarmed black man? How much trust do you want us to have if Ray Tensing walks? Now, let's say Ray Tensing is brought to justice. Now, I think that will have an incredible effect. If Ray Tensing is found guilty on the most serious charges against him, and he is convicted and goes to jail for a long time, that will send a message to all of law enforcement around the country. It'll send a message to all of these top-flight security of the world cats that are currently providing security for universities around the nation, because they need a wake-up call too. And in particular, it'll send specifically a wake-up call and a message to University of Cincinnati cops where it needs to be. If he walks, the message is, well, we got immunity just like the real cops. We got immunity. My name is Nathan Ivey. Good morning to you. This is the Nathan Ivey Show.
When you were a little kid and you thought about what you wanted to be, teaching was at the top of your list. But things changed. And as you got older, teaching didn't seem like the best option anymore. So you're thinking you'll be something else. But what would your 12-year-old self say? Now you want to be a doctor. You don't think teachers save lives? 25 at a time. An actress? Try playing a different role every time the bell rings. How about a scientist? Ever heard of physics? Chemistry? Who do you think teaches that? Teachers today are breaking down obstacles, finding innovative ways to instill old lessons, and taking learning far beyond the four walls of the classroom. It's time to recognize that great things are happening in teaching and put it back on your list. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise. You had it right the first time.
Find out how you can make more at teach.org. Make more. Teach. Brought to you by Teach and the Ad Council.
Unexpected reactions to smart financial decisions brought to you by feedthepig.org.
Well, I finally did it. I opened a 401k.
So you're giving up? Just like that?
Giving up on what?
On getting an inheritance from a distant relative.
Don't you think if there were a billionaire in the family, we'd know about it by now?
Listen to me. We are one phone call away from riding horses on our own private polo grounds. One call from christening yachts, having a butler, using summer as a verb.
How do you figure?
Look, everyone's got a rich uncle somewhere. It's statistics. So the best thing you can do is just prepare for the inevitable.
Right, which is why I thought maybe it would be smart to take control of my finances. You know, start using a budget, get out of debt, set some retirement goals.
Budgets? Debt? You watch your mouth. Retirement shouldn't be a goal for us. It should be a way of life.
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Now back to the show.
Good morning. Welcome back. Nathan Ivey in the air chair. Were you in attendance at the Black Lives Matter rally? It's being reported in local media this morning that they were 5,000 strong. And there were certainly a lot of people. I was surprised, quite honestly. Really surprised. Now, maybe those 5,000 people are the 5,000 people that we need in this region to spark a change. I saw black people, white people, young people, old people. Because people are sick and tired of this. And there's a lot of smart people out there who understand that what I've been saying for many years is exactly true. Let's focus on our similarities and let's negotiate where we're dissimilar. What's wrong with that? What is wrong with that? Let's stop focusing on everything that's different, on these arbitrary lines of color that used to be here. Let's redraw out a map in so many different ways. And let's do it right here in the city of Cincinnati. Let's spark a flame. But again, I want to tell you about the words of Sam Dubose's mother. And I mean, it's just, whoo, man, you talk about tears to the eye. Whoo. And of course, I had little Buddha with me because I take her to these things because I want her to understand about everything that's going on in this country. Everything. And I'll be honest with you. Girlfriend is very bright. She's very with it. She really is. And part of that is since she was a kid, I didn't really try to spare her. Like, I don't do baby talk. That's one thing about me. With neither of my children, any of them, have ever done the baby talk because I don't know baby talk. Okay? I am an adult, so I talk to them the way I expect them to be. I expect you to understand me. Just get with it. We all go through this process, and it works. And so when things are happening around the world, and being in media, when I come home, I talk to my daughter about it. I have always talked to her about it. Trayvon Martin, she's very familiar with this. Black Lives Matter, Daddy, what's going on? And I told her about what happened with the men who were killed and shot down. And at least one of the Black Lives Matter organizers, he said something that was very, very interesting. And Mr. Brian Taylor, who you've heard on this show as it is moved, I was in a different location at that point. We got to catch up with Brian and bring him to the online show and just let him just speak his mind, as he always does, quite honestly. But anyway, I saw him on local news, did not see him when I was there. And he says, listen, we sympathize about what's happening in Dallas. We really, really do, and that will be discussed here. But let's not allow what happened to these black men to be overshadowed, and I want to give them props for that. And you know what? There's nothing wrong in saying that. There's nothing wrong in saying that. That's not necessarily spiteful or anti-police officer. I would challenge you on that if you believe that. What he's saying is, listen, that's a once on a radar screen, very rare occurrence where a sniper takes out police officers. How often does it happen? Very, very rarely. And I know that there are some examples and instances of officers being killed in the line of duty. However, that's very, very rare. What's been happening at the hands of police officers to primarily black men seems to be an every other day occurrence. An every other day occurrence. And you don't know what to do. Like, you've got a CCW, concealed carry permit, weapons permit. You tell the officer the way that they were trained, they train you to do. The officer says, get your wallet. You go for your wallet and get killed? And get killed? Come on, this is ridiculous. Oh, man, this is ridiculous. What do you think? Good morning to you, everyone. Daryl writes, good morning, great people. It's Monday morning and have tons of work on my desk to do. Glad I have the Nathan Ivey Show to get me through 1/4 of my morning. Let's get it. Daryl, thank you very much for that. I appreciate the promotions, man. Thank you for the likes and the shares. For all the people that like and share what I post on social media, thank you very much. Thank you, Kiki. Thank you, Daryl, and others. I really appreciate you. I'll be completely front with you, okay? That's the name of the game. I need that. That's why those share buttons, those like buttons, those mean everything. Don't be selfish with your social media, okay? I share with you. Please share with me and share the show. And that way, that's in that way, one person can have a ripple effect throughout social media. But there it is. Carolyn writes, good morning, Chop Shop. Hit the like button. Thank you, Carolyn. Good morning to you as well. Good morning, Damien. Tiffany writes, cool, that's what's up. Looking forward to hearing your commentary. Speaking about the road trip up to Cleveland. Derek writes, good morning to Team N9 and the good folks of the Natty. Hello, Tracy. What's up, Keisha? Good morning to you. Kush writes, good morning. Be great today. I'll try. Angela writes, good morning. Sorry about that. Angela writes, good morning. Ed writes, I'm, what is that, 108 and 0 listening to the show. Okay. He says, I'm 108 and 0 listening to the show. I'm not sure what that means, Ed. Craig writes, good morning, Chop Shop. Good morning to you. Junior the Truth writes, salute. Good morning, family. Good morning, Junior. Good to see you. What up, Deanna? How you doing, Rhonda? Hey, what's up, Pam? Well, Pam got different little hairstyles. See you. Morning. Morning, y'all. Kiki writes, about time you get on, Mr. Ivy. I'm driving into work, so have to keep it short. Oh, okay. Good to see you, Kiki. Thank you for spending some time with us. Karamia writes, good morning, rise and shine. It's a new day. Yep, absolutely. Brian writes, Roland Martin speaking with Mark Hughes, guy who all the news outlets put on that he was a suspect. This man is still receiving death threats. Speaking on how white guys can have a CCW, but we can't. Yeah. Man, listen, the media needs to do whatever they can to exonerate that man. There are people out there. I would even say, and I'm going to go out on a limb because I don't have any inside information, but this is my opinion, damn it. I would even say that there might even be some rogue officers who on the low might try to take you out. If they feel like you were involved with sniper kills on officers, I'm telling you, these are very tense times. These are very tense times. And these times are not over. Don't let the smiles and the calm demeanor fool you. Our police departments are on high alert, on the low. They would have to be. Okay? I'm just being real with you. Okay? They would have to be. What does this mean now for those viral videos that were going around where the police officers were dancing? I mean, can we still embrace those moments? Are those kind of moments even more important at a time like this? I don't know. Are they still doing? Is it like a competition still? It seems kind of trivial in light of what happened in Dallas, right? And do you believe in the fact that it was just a lone gunman? Do you believe that? It's almost like Lee Harvey Oswald in a way, right? He assassinated, right, a sniper